Well, how'd you start it? Oh, this is nice, isn't it? Welcome back to the channel. It's Andy from, I nearly said gymnutrition.co.uk, but that's my other channel, by the way. The Flying Yeti, that's what I call myself. I haven't done many of these bike videos before, so, and I'm quite nervous because I've just picked up, as you can see, a Triumph Thruxton RS, the RS one, and I've literally just drove from the shop, Triumph Wellingborough, which is in Northamptonshire, which is my local Triumph dealership, and this is very much a raw, basic first impressions review, really. I mean, the bike's absolutely beautiful. It's going to take some getting used to because I rode over here on the GS and basically jumped straight onto this bloody thing. Actually, where's the indicators? Go that way, yeah. Oh, it's behind me on another Triumph, a Triumph Bonnie T120, I think it's called, yeah, T120. How's the indicators on this thing? Well, for the first couple of 100 meters that I've actually rode this thing, apart from it being tiny small, the engine is super smooth. There's a slight bit of vibration at this sort of speed. Not so much in the handlebars, a little tiny bit in the handlebars, a little bit in the seat, but it's kind of nice. It's not like really vibratory, is that even a word? I'm really nervous on this thing. Hello, mate. There's people are nodding at me, unlike when I'm on the GS. But as you can gather, this thing is totally polar opposites to what I've been used to riding, as in the GS 1250. I mean, just looking down that cockpit, it looks absolutely beautiful. The clocks are absolutely fantastic, beautiful looking. To be honest, I can't really see a lot because I ain't got my reading glasses on, but they do look nice. And look at the shininess. Oh, no quick shifter, so don't ruin the gearbox, please. What's it like going around this? I tell you what, it feels solid. Obviously I'm going at really tiny speeds, but it feels absolutely solid going around that corner. Riding position as well on this particular Thruxton RS. It's very sporty, so it's more like a sports bike. To be honest, my knees pretty much like a race bike, pretty much like my R1, I suppose. Knees are right up. I'm riding on tiptoe as per usual. Bars are quite low on this. I think this standard one, so the guy told me, the bars are a little higher on the standard one, but because they've got this fairing, which I'll show you when I do a little walk around in a minute, because they've got the fairing on the front, what did he say? Something gets in the way. The brake reservoir, I think, gets in the way slightly, so they'll have to put like the lower bars on this particular model. So yeah, it's kind of a more sporty stance. It is absolutely rock solid. The suspension is Öhlins, which, considering I've just got on it and it's not electronically adjustable, it's just kind of like, it's set to what it's set. The suspension on these slightly bumpy roads is absolutely beautiful. I mean, I'm only going like 60 mile an hour. I'm squinting to see how fast I'm going, but probably 60. What a beautiful machine. Oh, so I'm having to concentrate because there is a £2,000 access. If I bin this bike, I've got to pay the first £2,000, which, to be honest, I don't really want to do. So I'm taking it nice and easy. Plus, this bike is pretty much brand new. It's got tray plates on it because there's no tax on the bike apparently, and it's done about 270 miles. So the guy was like, please don't thrash it too much. And the RS apparently is slightly lighter, and I can't remember how much lighter than the Thruxton R, but it is slightly lighter than the Thruxton R. Than the Thruxton R. Spit your words out. And there's about 8 brake horsepower more, so you got a little bit more power, a little bit more torque apparently than the R model. She is a little beauty. The seat's reasonably comfortable, to be honest, considering it's quite hard. I might not say that in another hour sitting here. But as I say, Ollie's behind me on the Triumph Bonneville T120. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a little ride around, as we're doing now. The guy said we can have the bikes for about an hour. So once we've had a little ride about halfway, I'm going to get off and we're going to swap bikes and see what the difference is. Not really sure what the power is on these things because as I said, it's brand new, I'm running in, so I've been asked kindly not to thrash it, which I'm going to abide by that and not thrash it. And there's traffic, so it feels absolutely solid to go around these little corners. Absolutely beautiful bit of kit. This is actually the first Triumph I've ever rode in my life. Considering I started riding motorbikes in 1981, which is quite a while ago. I can't even work that out. I haven't got enough fingers to work it out. But considering it's been a while since I've been riding, I've never actually rode a Triumph. I'm scanning my memory banks as we speak, just to kind of think, have I or have I not? No, I haven't even rode a Triumph. The only trouble is with doing these test rides is you kind of want one, because it is a pretty beautiful looking bit of. Oh, I nearly just bashed it down the box then. See, that's the thing, because my R1, it sounds quite nice, because my R1's got a quick shifter and that, and the GS has got a quick shifter auto blipper down the box. It's very easy to get into sort of like not thinking what you're doing and just go. I'm glad I asked. But it looks a beautiful bit of kit. We have been asked to put some fuel in it as well. You don't need to do that at BMW. BMW, you just take it out. Take it out, ride it, bring it back. Okay, you'll have the high excess as normal. But you don't put any fuel in at BMW. I don't know whether that's BMW all over, but certainly at Wollaston, Northampton, you're not asked to put fuel in. But these guys did, which is fair enough. I mean, you know, this is the £13,000 motorbike that I'm in essence riding for free for an hour. So, you know, the least you can do is put some fuel in. I don't begrudge that. I wish his fan weren't in the way. I don't really want to have to overtake it on these roads. I'm finding myself sitting up a bit now because there is quite a bit of weight on my hands. But yes, as far as spec goes, it's got riding modes apparently. So there's traction control. I don't know whether it's just traction control on off or whether there's different levels. I don't know. So it's got traction and ABS. I'm not even in top gear. Look, there's one more. See, there is a gear indicator on this, but as I've already outlined, I can't frigging see nothing because I'm old. I'm alright seeing anything here. I can't see without my reading glasses on. If I was to put my reading glasses on, anything past there I can't see, whereas now I can see quite clearly that van in front. I certainly wouldn't want to go a long way on with this. How long have I been on it? 10 minutes. and already I'm thinking, oh, me hands. It's me hands. My knees are fine, my ankles are fine, even though they're cramped to hell. Backside's fine. Hands, not so good because the weight. I think this bike could actually handle good if you was to give it some rounds of twisters. But she certainly is a solid young beast. Everything feels super tight, as you would expect with a brand new motorcycle costing £13,000. I think we might stop and get some fuel now, because yeah, there's a garage here actually. I'm having to look where the indicators are. Might as well get some fuel now. Got no idea what gear I'm in. Right, the indicators are quite small and fiddly, to be honest. I'm assuming you'll get used to that. Oh, ugh. I have no idea what gear I'm in. Yeah, really nice.
Is it nice?
It's small.
It's quite responsive, yes.
Is it?
Yeah, lovely.
I did think that was neutral then, but that's neutral. I thought I might as well fill up here because we're here.
Warm, isn't it?
It's bloody roasting. Would I have one? I don't know. Pardon me. Maybe, maybe not. 13 grand. Have I got 13 grand to blow on another motorbike? Because I've only had the GS since February, and it is on finance because I'm not very well off. So therefore, would I be willing to get rid of the GS to buy one of these? No. Why is that? Because I bought the GS for riding on the road. It's not the most aesthetically pleasing bit of kit, but it does what it does very well, and so it should for the price of it. And nobody really likes GS riders. Even other GS riders don't normally nod at me. It's just, I don't know what it is about. What is it about GS's? I don't think it's a BMW thing, because if you was riding a, you know, S1000RR or whatever, then people are going to nod at you. So I don't think it's a brand as such. I think it's a GS thing. People might see you as not real bikers, maybe pompous old men who think they're bikers but they're not. They've just got a bit of money at that time of life. I don't know, to be honest. If you're a biker and you do not nod at GS riders, and you happen to see this video, then I'd be quite interested to know why you think it's appropriate not to nod at GS riders. Oh my god, I'm doing off-roading now, look. This poor bike. That's just a side note. This has got a nice little burble to it at certain res, even with the standard pipe, which is obviously muffling a lot of the potential sound that you could acquire with one of these beasts. Let me open my visor because it's very hot.
Beautiful.
Off-roading. So I don't know whether I'd buy one or not. I'd like it'd have to be one of those what? One of those decisions that you make where you think, yeah, I'd love to buy one of these because it's nice. If you're riding 10-20 miles on a nice sunny day, going for a cappuccino in a nice little bike friendly cafe somewhere, then you think, oh yeah, I'd love to go on this, and it looks nice. You'd park in the car park and think, that's my bike, mate, that's my Thruxton RS. Then you sort of, reality kicks in and you think, well, to ride 20 miles and have a cappuccino, it's costing you £13,000. Which is fine if you got £30,000, because I can't be buying one of these on finance because I've got the GS on finance, and there's only so much one can have on finance at any one given time. What gear am I in? No idea. Oh, that's it. I'm in top gear now. So, yes, I'd love one, but I haven't got the funds for it. But never say never, because there might become a time where I can warrant buying one. It's just weird when you open up in top gear, it just goes blah, 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 and it doesn't do a lot. It's quite slow when you do that. Yeah, that don't really move a lot. What happens if you knock it down to 5th and do that again? Hold on. Not a lot. 4th maybe. Not a lot. Oh, there's a car. There's a car overtaking. I think that's the first time I applied the brakes quite heavily then, because even though you can plainly see there's not, these little lines in the middle probably mean no overtaking, and some dickhead in the opposite direction decides to overtake a big line of traffic as far as the eye can see, and he wants to get past one person, because obviously that's going to make a massive difference to when he arrives at his destination. He probably says, I don't know, 0.5 of a second maybe, which if he was racing then 0.5 is pretty good, but driving down a road to only 0.5 of a second. So anyway, the Volvo had to brake quite sharply, as you would have seen, so I applied my front Brembo quite sharply, and it's not overly sharp. I mean, it stops, but it was a slight, as you behind me, there's a lot of fork dive when you do that, quite a lot of fork dive. I think you have to apply a little bit more pressure than I'm used to applying. See, everyone moans about, oh, the GS hasn't got Brembo brakes anymore, the new 1250, which, yes, that is correct, it has no Brembo brakes. Where am I going? Round there. Newport Pagnell Town Centre. Is he still behind? I don't like his indicators, they're tiny. Oh, where am I going? Oh, this way. No quick shifter, no quick shifter, no quick shifter. Do not forget the no quick shifter. That's top gear, isn't it? So there's not a lot of protection on this tiny screen. Maybe if you went like that, there might be a little bit. But yeah, the screen is more aesthetics only. I don't think there's a lot of protection from it. Maybe if it's 4'11", you could tuck in behind it, but I'm definitely going to be biting the screen. A bridge hill, or oh, that was a crap gear change. I'm really finding it difficult to change gear without a quick shifter. For God's sake. It's a strange one. What's going on here? I think these sort of roads are the roads that this Thruxton RS is built for. Once you get a bit more confident with it, and if it was your own bike, without the hideous excess, oops, that was a crappy downshift, I think you could have a bit of fun on these. Where the fuck is that indicator? Is that it? Oh no, that ain't it, is it? What the fucking... Oh, I don't like his indicators, they're crap. I'll let them cars go. I can't find my indicators. I can't find the indicators on the indicators.
Small?
Huh?
Ever so small?
Yeah, I'll keep not be able to find them.
Ready?
Yeah. I mean, she don't go too bad. She's not a patch on the. It's quite lazy power compared to something like the GS. Not that I'm comparing this to the GS, as I keep saying that. That's the only thing I have got to compare it against, because I've literally just got off that and got onto this bike. So it's quite, even though it goes all right, it's not fast, and the gears are quite long, and it's a real steady spread of power. There's no mad sort of like psycho burst of power at any particular rev range. It just plods on through the revs that are nice. You can imagine the curve on the dyno is beautiful, no peaks and troughs, just a beautiful steady curve of power and torque.
Beautiful.
Yeah, this is nice.
You like it?
Yeah, I love it. Apart from, it's uncomfortable as fuck.
Yeah.
But it looks lovely, doesn't it?
It's just the pegs. It's just the position's completely wrong.
Yeah. Because
For a smaller person, it might be a better bike.
but it's somebody's had these tyres over. That's not me.
Yeah,
I've been going easy on it.
So here's the Thruxton RS in all her glory, and the brief specs are as follows. So it's a 1200cc V-twin engine with a maximum horsepower of 103 at 7,500 revs, and that gives 85 foot-pound of torque at 4,250 revs. It's an 8-valve liquid-cooled engine. You've got shower forks on the front, Brembo brakes, and you've also got Öhlins rear shocks on there as well, and it's got a couple of levels of traction control. ABS is standard as well. So yeah, she looks a little darling. So stay tuned for the next video. So the part 2 video, I'm going to jump straight onto the Bonnie T120 and see what the difference is back to back.